At what age did you start playing soccer?
I started playing soccer in between ages 3 and 4. It's kind of hard for me to remember, but I transitioned from baseball to soccer. So there was kind of a great period.
What made you want to transition?
Um, my family has been really big on baseball from my dad's side, and then my mom's side was a soccer family. So I was kind of balancing two sports at the time, baseball and soccer. And my parents decided that I had more of a talent for soccer, and they saw that I kind of enjoyed it more. So they decided to fully put me into soccer, and it just happened to work out that way.
So did you always play for fun or competitively?
Um, well, I do have fun playing competitively, so I guess that answers both questions. But I'm very competitive. I think that without that competitive nature, I wouldn't have been able to come this far with soccer.
Hmm.
So yeah, I definitely enjoy competing, and I think that soccer is just something that I enjoy doing as a whole.
So how long have you played in Oahu League?
I have played in a Wahoo League since I was 7. So I'm turning 18 this year, so about 11 years.
What's your favorite youth soccer memory?
My favorite youth soccer memory, um, it would definitely have to be when my grandpa was coaching me. I think that that's when I really started to enjoy soccer more. So I definitely would agree that um, my grandpa coached me for about 2 years. So during that 2 year period, I really love soccer.
How did Oahu League help shape your path as a player?
I think Oahu League shaped my path as a player. It gave me the opportunity to meet a lot of different coaches, a lot of different parents. It definitely helped me mature with like my people skills, being in a big range of diverse kids, parents, people of different background. And I think when you compete against someone, you get a different side to them that you necessarily wouldn't get just from having like a simple conversation with somebody. So I definitely got to create a lot of lasting friendships and relationships with people that I definitely wouldn't come in contact with if it was just with well or without soccer.
When did you know you wanted to play soccer at the collegiate level?
I would say that in high school I was always more realistic than well, I always had a dream. So I definitely wanted to become a varsity starter as a freshman. So that's kind of where it started. And then once I met that goal, my gears kind of switched to okay, I did this. Now what's the next big thing? So when I made um varsity as a freshman, my mind switched. Okay, I can use this to get me into college, and then I can help my parents pay for my education.
So what was the process of committing to Bushnell like?
It was definitely a long process. There's a lot of different opportunities that came my way. I was able to get other offers from several different schools, but ultimately, because of the connection I had with Coach Eric and because of what the school kind of stood for, also there's other factors like my best friend also committing to Bushnell. So also with guidance from my parents, just a bunch of different variables I ended up deciding this past January to commit to Bushnell, and I'm actually extremely excited about my decision, and I have no regrets about it.
Do you have a favorite player or are there any players who you model your game after?
Yes, my favorite player for a while would definitely be Sergio Ramos. I think he is a great defender. He has really good leadership skills, and um, Real Madrid has always been my team since I was growing up. That was my grandpa's team, so I'd always watch games with him, and just definitely seeing Sergio Ramos take over the team, become the captain of the team, and just how things have been going for him. I really admire him, not only as a player but also as a person, and I try to do my best to lead on the field and off the field like he does.
Is your goal to go pro one day?
No. A lot of people have asked me that in the years that I've been playing soccer. Oh, do you want to go D1? Do you want to play professional soccer? And I think it takes a specific breed of player to actually have the passion to want to go D1 or well, play college and then further than that, play professional. And the main reason why I never really had that goal is because I've had some kind of bad injuries in my years of playing soccer. I've messed up my knee, I've torn a muscle, and I don't. I always knew that soccer wasn't going to take me all the way, so I definitely wanted to use it as a way to get my education, and then from there, I also wanted to coach. So instead of going professionally, I would like to come back and try to give back to the community in Hawaii.
What got you through the injuries? Like what mindset do you have to keep to get through all that?
Um, I would definitely say you definitely need a really good support group. It's really hard to get through injuries on your own. So if you have a coach that completely backs you up, if your parents, are willing to do what it takes to get you into the rehab, do all the physical therapy needed, having teammates that will support you along the way, and when you come back, they're excited to see you. And for the mentality part, you just got to be really resilient. You got to know that, okay, this happened. What can I do to bounce back from it? And I think that's possibly where a lot of athletes, may give up, where they're like, oh wow, this injury was really, really bad. I think it's time for me to call quits. For me, I had that mentality at some points in my game where I blew out my knee and I was like, oh, do I really want to go back? But it was just that like inner spark telling me like, you know what, you love soccer and you already have this goal in mind. So you're so close. Let's just keep going and see where it takes you. So it
Mhm.
was definitely that resilience and that state of mind that kept me going.
What is your favorite soccer memory?
My favorite soccer memory would be my freshman debut for varsity. It was the first game of the season, and I ended up scoring the only two goals of the game, and it was in the last 10 minutes of our game against Waianae High School, and we were struggling to score because they had a really athletic defense. They had a really fast defense, and I was able to get two lucky goals out of it. And from there, I think that's what set me on my way as a player on the varsity team as a freshman.
What advice do you have for younger players who hope to be in your position one day?
My biggest advice to players who are looking to go play at high school level, play at the college level, or even go further than that, it's set a goal in mind. If you don't have a goal, it's really hard to plan out where you want to be in the future. So for me, it was always smaller goals that I could accomplish or possibly accomplish in 2 to 3 years. So that would definitely keep me more motivated and very driven. So if a player was to come and ask me, I would be like, okay, what do you want to do in the next 2 to 3 years? And from there, how are you going to get there? What training are you going to do? What steps do you need to take in the classroom to make sure you can play and be eligible? Or what coach can, develop you into the player that you're looking to be? So if you don't have the goal in mind, I think that it's really hard to see yourself or where you want to be in the future. So I would tell every younger player or younger athlete in general, if they ask me for advice, just set a goal. It doesn't have to be something that it's concrete. This is what you want to do because goals change. But as long as you have something in mind that you can work forward to, I think that you'll be better off.